I just want to reiterate one of Tim's points. This package that we're announcing today has come off the back of substantial dialogue with business across all sectors, and particularly over the last couple of weeks, very detailed conversations. And as Tim's indicated, we've already had well over 100,000 individual businesses have been supported through the first two rounds of the Business Support Fund. Those payments have totalled about $1.5 billion just from those programs. Business Support Fund 3 will provide in the vicinity of $820 million to another 78,000 businesses, and those businesses will be able to receive payments of $10,000, $15,000 or $20,000 depending on the size of their payroll, like the payroll tax waivers that will be to businesses with payrolls as high as $10 million potentially eligible. That support is being targeted where it is most needed. That is, that businesses in sectors that will continue to be restricted or closed as we move towards a COVID normal, that's where the lion's share of support will go. So hospitality and retail, accommodation and tourism operators, hair and beauty services, repairs, maintenance, domestic cleaning, outdoor entertainment, passenger vehicles, etc. That crucial cash flow will be primarily targeted at those businesses which continue in the next stage to still be closed, heavily restricted or restricted. I know there's a great deal of interest in the question of sole traders. I would say to you that we are putting the finishing touches on some support for sole traders, which the Premier and the Small Business Minister, I'm sure, will have more to say about in the coming days. As I think people know, primary income support for many sole traders has been provided by the Commonwealth through JobKeeper and otherwise. We've been focusing our efforts on businesses that employ people, but the sole trader support that will be announced in the coming days is a recognition of the challenges that many sole traders have faced in covering overheads, and as I indicate, the Premier and Small Business Minister will have more to say about that in the next few days. The hospitality industry, I think, has been in many respects uniquely affected, other than a small window, I think, in June. They've been primarily not trading in a seated dining way. They are a vital part of our economy, and we are providing a dedicated fund, a dedicated licensed venue fund, which is worth $250 million and will provide grants of between $10,000 and $30,000 for licensed venues across the state. That's pubs, clubs, hotels, bars, restaurants, reception centres. So in regional Victoria, eligible venues will be able to receive payments between $10,000 and $25,000. That's based on venue capacity. And in metropolitan Melbourne, that will be those relevant numbers will be from $15,000 to $30,000. The slightly higher amounts in metropolitan Melbourne, a recognition of the fact that it will take longer to get back to anything approximating normal trading than it will in regional Victoria, which, as the Premier's indicated, will hopefully move to another step in the coming days. We'll be looking to move swiftly on the Business Support Fund payments. We will be aiming to open the grant rounds this week via the Business Victoria website. And I'll just make a couple of other smaller announcements. We know how vital exports are to the economy and how important they will be to recovery. Exports are something like 12% of our gross state product. They support well over 300,000 Victoria jobs. So we're launching a $15.7 million export recovery package that's focused on the logistics and supply chain issues and connecting Victorian businesses to new markets through virtual trade missions. And there will also be a $20 million small business digital adaptation program, providing vouchers of up to $1,500 for small traders, micro businesses and small businesses, so that they can access off-the-shelf digital programs as well as training and workshops. So, look, as the Premier and Treasurer have indicated, this is a massive tranche of business support. We understand that primarily business is focused on the notion of getting back to trading, and as the Premier's indicated, driving these numbers down to the lowest possible level will be the key to that happening as soon as it possibly can. But in the meantime, this business support is about ensuring that we get as many businesses through this next few weeks get as many of them ready to come through the other side to go back to trading, whether they be in retail, whether they be in hospitality or elsewhere, and to ensure that that they understand that the government support is something that they can rely on.